www.noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Noble Gold Investments is pleased to let you know that gold was the best investment class for 2022. Real estate, crypto, stocks, and bonds. Gold outperformed them all in 2022. Matter of fact, Noble Gold Investments helped thousands of clients buy real physical gold. And according to longtermtrends.net, gold outperformed the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and even Bitcoin in 2022. Had you invested in the S&P 500 a year ago, you'd be crying because you'd have lost 20% of your investment. If you'd invested in Bitcoin a year ago, you'd have lost 65%. And if you have put all your 401k or your savings, if you've invested in the Dow Jones in the stock market, you'd have lost 10%. But gold has outperformed them all in 2022, and silver wasn't that far behind. So what are we waiting for here? We need to join the thousands of others by opening a gold IRA or silver IRA with noblegoldinvestment.com. Invest with Noble Gold Investments before the end of the month, and you will bag a free 1/4 of an ounce American Gold Eagle coin. That's 1/4 of an ounce American Gold Eagle coin with every qualified IRA, gold IRA of $50,000 or more. Just pick up the phone and call Colin Plume or one of his associates at 877-646-5347. And you can ask for a no-pressure consultation, only conversation. That's 877-646-5347. I promise you something. You will be glad that you did. I tell you, those guys are really professionals and they care.
The sun has unleashed its most powerful X-Class solar flare in 5 years. On Friday, the sun hurled its most powerful solar flare since 2017, along with a coronal mass ejection in the direction of the Earth. According to NASA, the X-2.2 class flare was emitted from the surface of the sun late on Friday from sunspot region 3229. This is the most powerful flare so far of a solar cycle 25, which is expected to increase in intensity over the next couple of years before reaching a peak and beginning to decline again. An X-class flare is the most powerful category of flare, but Friday's blast is on relatively low end of the X-scale spectrum. Quote, radiation from the flare ionized the top of Earth's atmosphere, causing a deep shortwave radio blackout over the Americas, wrote former NASA astronomer Dr. Tony Phillips for spaceweather.com. The flare lasted over an hour, which is considered a long-duration flare. While the communications blackout started within minutes of the flare leaving the sun at the speed of light, the charged plasma of a CME travels much slower, typically taking a few days to reach our planet. It now appears that the CME delivered more of a glancing blow than a direct hit to Earth when it finally arrived on Monday. The agency says minor geomagnetic storm conditions are still possible, which could mean some difficulty with radio or satellite-based communications, including GPS. But this is less impactful than the moderate G2 level storm some were expecting, which may have made auroras visible in the lower 48 U.S. states. Space Telescope has uncovered a massive galaxy near the cosmic dawn. Astronomers have discovered what appears to be massive galaxies dating back to within 600 million years of the Big Bang, suggesting the early universe may have had a stellar fast track that produced these, quote, monsters. While the new James Webb Space Telescope has spotted even older galaxies, dating to within a mere 300 million years of the beginning of the universe, it's the size and the maturity of these 6 apparent mega-galaxies that have stunned scientists. They reported their findings on Wednesday. lead researcher Ivo Labe of Australia's Swinburne University of Technology and his team expected to find little baby galaxies this close to the dawn of the universe, not these big, huge galaxies. Quote, while most galaxies in this era are still small and only gradually growing larger over time, he said in an email, quote, there are a few monsters that fast track to maturity. Why this is the case or how this would work is unknown, he said. Now, each of the 6 objects looks to weigh billions of times more than our sun. In one of them, the total weight of all of its stars may be as much as 100 billion times greater than our sun, according to the scientists who published their findings in the journal Nature. Okay, a new study is now suggesting that Earth's innermost layer is actually a 400-mile-wide ball of iron. Scientists have long wondered what lies at the very center of the Earth, and the latest research is putting weight behind a theory that our planet has a distinct ball of iron within its metallic core. Beneath the outermost crust, the mantle, and the molten liquid outer core lies the Earth's solid metal center, which actually has a hidden layer, or an, quote, innermost inner core within. This is according to a new study that was published on Tuesday in the journal Nature Communications. Now, the monumental finding suggests the Earth has 5 major layers instead of 4, and offered new details that scientists could use to help unlock some of the oldest mysteries regarding our planet and how it was formed. Geoscientists first suggested that the Earth's core might have an additional imperceptible layer about 20 years ago, and according to a news release, now using new data sets collected by measuring the seismic waves of earthquakes as they pass through the Earth's center, researchers have finally detected that innermost core, the study has said. Seismic waves are vibrations that run within or along the surface of the Earth and through its inner layers, as a result of earthquakes, volcanoes, and other means. Quote, in this study, for the first time, we report observations of seismic waves originating from powerful earthquakes traveling back and forth from one side of the globe to the other up to 5 times, like a ricochet. The study co-author, Dr. Tan Son Pham, who is a seismologist and a postdoctoral fellow at the Research School of Earth Scientists at the Australian National University in Canberra, said in an email. Okay, according to Air Force veterans, they say they witnessed UFOs turn off nukes in the 1960s. The Pentagon's UFO office is investigating historic reports of mysterious objects interfering with key nuclear missile silos. Now, 2 Air Force veterans recently told the Daily Mail that they have testified to the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office this month regarding their experiences of UFOs interfering with U.S. nuclear missiles. One email shows AARO staff contacted former U.S. Air Force ICBM launch officer Robert Salas to gather information about his chilling encounter with an orange flying disc that inexplicably turned off 10 warheads at Maelstrom Air Force Base in Montana in 1967. And another former officer, Dr. Robert Jacobs, has briefed AARO on a 35mm film he shot for the Air Force in 1964 that allegedly caught a flying saucer shooting a test missile out of the sky. The accounts offer a rare glimpse into the often classified work of the government unit tasked with probing unidentified phenomenon in the air, sea, and in space. AARO Director Sean Kirkpatrick, is also interviewing 9 other witnesses of similar cases. This is according to author Robert Hastings, who has previously spoken to 167 veterans regarding, quote, more than 100 UFO incursions at nuclear weapons sites during the Cold War era and beyond, end quote.